strength and my pride. Only God may know why. Still I will get by.
This episode is brought to you by The Lock Kingdom, where dreadlocks are created and restored back to life. Visit her at 707 Wilmer Avenue. The Lion's Den, the perfect event space that will fit your taste. Book today at 256-283-5228. De La Vey Natural African Products strengthens, moisturizes hair and skin to a healthier state. Visit www.delaveenterprises.com.
We got some Hall of Famers / Legends, future Hall of Fame in the building.
Hold your applause, please.
Hold the applause. We got Hall of Famer Wendell Kelly, my bad, I said your name wrong. Oxford All-State Football, All-State Basketball, Track Star, JSU Championship. Terry McCord, Hall of Famer, Troy University, Anderson graduate, All-State Basketball, All-American. Cedric Long, Jr., Little Shit, what they call him, Jacksonville High School, Major League Baseball player, drafted 12th round by the Cincinnati Reds, 2013.
Where my shit at?
You introduce yourself.
No, what my note said. Why I ain't getting no rundown?
You always say you put you on your head.
No. Why you ain't got me on the iPad like you got them?
They
Well,
the best.
run down my stats.
What is your stats? Shot,
What is my
mic
stats?
Yeah, what's your stats?
Don't worry about it. Just continue. I'm gonna let it be known throughout the show.
I'm
an All-American at life.
All rec or something. I don't know.
Man,
Put your stats out there, man. What your stats is?
First of all, I dunked on your ass. That's one of them.
Who dunked on who first?
Who dunked on who worse?
I got you worse.
No, you didn't.
Shit, what's worse? A drop step or a little momentum?
Tell the story right. You didn't just drop step on me, dude.
I drop stepped on
Off
you.
help, bro. I stepped up and helped somebody. I came to recover and you drop step.
Lord.
What I tell you I was gonna do to you?
You told me you were going to get me back.
What did I do?
When he dunked on you, was you guarding him?
Boy, flushed it.
No, I was not.
Flushed the kimono on his ass.
Did you come over from help or was you guarding
Boy,
him?
it was a break.
It was a fast break.
I looked at him. He looked at me. I went up to the top. He didn't. End of story.
But
And he fouled me.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I hit the ball and made it go in.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oh, God, I hit the ball.
I had the ball in two hands and made it go in.
I drop stepped on you.
Man, go on
Y'all
with the
ain't
show,
got no
man.
video?
Boy,
Nah, it was
he wouldn't want that footage to get out.
This was what was that?
Was that Randall Park?
Yeah, Randall Park.
Recently?
No.
Shit, no.
I was thinking,
Man, I probably can't even slap boy right
they
now,
still
man.
doing it like that?
No, this been over 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. But you got it in your head.
Oh yeah, it ain't going
He'll
nowhere.
never forget how I did it.
I got you.
Terry, I want to start with you because I seen a very interesting stat that I just couldn't believe. I ain't never seen that like this. Is it true that when you was at Troy, y'all beat DeVry 258 to 100 and
140 something. I think about 150.
140?
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
How? How does
Y'all
y'all
put 250 on.
258. Keep it right.
He said, right.
258?
Yeah. Nah, it was crazy. But well, we did, and we had been having games to where we were high. We was averaging over 100 points anyway, and obviously, I mean, I'm just pretty sure y'all know DeVry won like top team,
Right.
and it was like one of those games where you gonna pad your stats, and we just didn't know they was gonna get that padded. We really didn't.
Y'all
Honestly.
ran it up.
We honestly we thought we was gonna score about 160. No, seriously.
About
no,
160?
We said, all right, we should easily get 160.
Y'all were looking to score 160.
We was looking to score 160. We within those, when that high range was 160, anywhere in the 100s, high 100s. But when I say you got a whole team that's hot, when you know it ain't gonna be exactly
58.
exactly.
I mean, you got to understand they only held the ball like 4 seconds.
Exactly.
Man.
So hey,
258.
if you're a big man and you trailing, you might well go and turn around and go back on the other end. It's over there. That thing get pushed out there in the corner. It was going up.
How many did you have that game?
I had 41. Still remember.
41.
Played 19 minutes.
What?
That's crazy.
And I was averaging I was averaging close to 31, 32 minutes a game.
Man.
And I wanted that school record though at the point, but it seemed like when I get close, I always
Pull you out.
It's understandable that game right there. You don't want like a top tier player playing too long. Get them out of there. So
I thought you were about to say you don't want to rub it in.
it's
too late for
258. It's smeared in.
I think that was about rubbed in before tip off. Pretty much, they knew it. For them to even have the spirit to say, "Hey, we scored 151 or whatever, 141," what they scored, and them to be happy, I was like,
Right.
I've been a little mad myself, a little salty.
Yeah.
250. I'm quit.
So shit, how hard is it to make it to the pro level? Like, what's the
Less than 0.1%. Like,
less than 0.1%?
yeah, like it's
So how did you get in that 0.1%?
man, work and blessings. You know, right place, right time. You know, just being ready for my moment. You know, I always said that, you know, whenever the time came that I had to show my ability, I was gonna show it. You know what I'm saying? And I always worked hard every day. After school, I was always in the lab by myself. When my pops got off, he come over there, we get in the lab some more, like every single day. And when that time came, my senior year, in October, my senior year, we was playing in the World Championships in Jupiter, Florida. And I mean, it was thousands of scouts there. You know what I'm saying? They going from, it's like 12 different fields of teams playing at a time, and it's scouts at every field watching, you know, and they just happened, they had to come watch. They was coming to watch who I was facing, and I happened to catch their eye while they was watching him, and they from the rest, you know, from there it was history. They started coming more and more. More scouts would come see me, just from being there and doing my thing, being ready to play at the time I was needed.
Baseball always your first love?
Yeah. Football right there with it. You know, I love football, but baseball was definitely my first love for sure.
Did you always know you wanted to go to the majors?
Yeah, I've been saying it since I was a kid. My mama said it when she was pregnant. Like, this been on my life all my life. Like, this my calling.
Destiny.
For sure. Yeah.
Do y'all go ahead? You about to say something?
Yeah, I was about to ask Wayne a question.
Go ahead.
Wendell, you was a triathlete, right? Somewhat.
Yeah.
What was your first love? Dude?
My first love was basketball.
Basketball.
That's what I mean. When you're a kid, you can play basketball all year long. Football is something that you pick up on when you got enough people to play. Basketball, you can do it by yourself. So that was always my number one love. And even when it was time for me to sign a scholarship, and a lot of people don't know this, but I actually signed to go to Albany State. And the reason I signed because the day that the coach came down, he wanted me to sign that day, but I was reluctant because I still wanted that basketball. But my position coach came to me, he said, Wendell, he said, we said, what's the problem? I said, I want to wait and see what I get in basketball. He was like, let me ask you a question. He said, how tall are you? I said, 6'2". He said, how many 6'2" forwards you know in the NBA? And that was the eye-opener for me. So I was like, and plus the fact that it was, the way he laid it out is it was going to be a package deal with me and a couple of my teammates, or it was going to be nothing. So I kind of felt obligated to go ahead and sign. So I went ahead and signed with Albany State, went up there, stayed up there about a week. Stayed up there about a week, man. And
a week.
A week. I stayed up there a week. And every time I was supposed to be going to practice, they were saying something about paper wasn't in. I'm knowing I already sent them in. My mom sent them in. So they.
Misha Grady, Natural and Holistic Healing. I'm a certified herbalist, wound healer, yoni practitioner, and detox specialist. Contact me at www.queensagenaturalthings.bigcartel.com. queensagenaturalthings.bigcartel.com.
Stayed up there about a week. Stayed up there about a week, man. And
A week.
a week. I stayed up there a week. And every time I was supposed to be going to practice, they were saying some of my paper was in. Knowing I already sent them in, my mom sent them in.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't practicing. I was just sitting in the dorm every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, something got to give. So I'm like,
I
went and told Coach. I said, Coach, I mean, if I ain't gonna practice, I'm just gonna go home. He was like, don't go home, man. Go home. We're gonna get everything straightened out. Shoot, the next day I was gone. The next day I was gone, and the following day I went up to Jack State and talked to Coach Burgess. He told me to come on out. He said get everything straightened out, and then just come on out, come see me.
Mm-hmm.
And then from that on, it was history.
You think it worked out for the best?
Oh, no doubt. I mean, anytime you get that ring, and you had the kind of career that I had, yeah, everything worked out for the best.
Best game?
Best game in high school or college?
College.
College, my best game was against Georgia Southern. I had 22 tackles
22 tackles.
at defensive end.
Going pecans.
What was your best high school game?
High school, my best game was in the playoffs against Gardendale. I had 23 tackles.
Tier, best game, Tier.
Best game. Wow.
Yeah, so many of them.
I mean, honest. Playing overseas. I played like 5 years in Europe. I hit 66 points in one game.
66.
Now, best game. That's best. I was like, oh my God. Like you say, unconscious. It's like I could have just did like that and it could have went in. You know, but I was just that hot. I was
In the zone.
exactly. I was when you say in the zone, you actually really feel like it ain't really too many people in that gym. You know people in the gym, but you actually feel like there's not too many people in the gym, and everything is like that little round thing that you see everything. And
Yeah, it's
you,
like
you
tunnel
see it.
vision, yeah.
You see it. And honestly, you really feel that. You feel, and like I could say, I honestly felt it a couple times because I got a couple of games where I had 45, but Alabama State, I had 45, and I think it was most toward the latter part of the game, maybe starting the end of the first half and the second half. It's like, I know, as a matter of fact, Gary was there. Gary he was clowning. Man, that's my brother. I told y'all he was going to get off. But it was like, I was just focused.
Mm-hmm.
And that focus is just, like you said, a determination to where you know, ain't nothing you can do. I'm going to make it here or whatever. So you actually feel it.
Did you know how many points you had at some point? Was you going after a certain amount of points?
No, the only time I can say I was going out the points was the Bry game, but I got pulled. Obviously, because I knew I'm just like this game right here. I'm honestly telling you, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this little record right here. I'm gonna try to get this record, but I ended up coming out of the game. I know I had a lot of points, whatever.
How many points were you short from breaking the record?
I think the record is 46. I think it's 46 or 47 for our Troy, and I was just always.
And you had
right
what,
there.
44?
Yep, Valdosta, 45 a
45.
couple of times. Alabama State, Valdosta State, and I want to say Delta State. A couple of games of them, and it like I said, just knowing that you can pretty much score at any time or whatever, and then it feels good. It feels real good to be in that zone, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best game, shit.
Got to be that grand slam. Got to be that grand slam.
I had there's plenty of games where I done went, I hadn't got out or something like that. So I guess for me in baseball, it'd be like best moment.
Best moment there.
Mm-hmm.
The best moment would probably be, like he said, the grand slam on Father's Day to win the game.
On Father's Day.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
You was on ESPN out that joint too.
Yeah.
Walk off grand slam, that was crazy.
What went through your mind when you slapped it?
You knew it was going when you hit it?
Nah, I knew the game was over. 'Cause it was bases loaded. I knew the game was over. Like I knew he wasn't gonna get to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking double off the wall or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it wound up going over. But like, yeah, it was crazy.
You better than me. I ought to chunk the bat so far in the stands.
Hey, but no,
Hey,
you
to
saw
find
the
the
football.
deal- find
You
me
saw
the
the
deal.
football intensity come out of him once you get close to home. You just get so like you see your boys there and stuff. It's like, like you can see the football in them.
Yeah.
Like they get so riled up. Yeah.
Been a mean backflip.
That next
I know
game,
what I do.
that next game though, you know that bat flip gonna get you something, right?
Yeah. Big boy
Fine.
They trying to clean it up a little bit.
They should.
They can celebrate a little bit now. They trying to get that better. So
Because it's entertainment. People want to see stuff like that.
it make it fun too though.
They find you out for the backflips though?
Nah, they don't find you. It's just like other teams hold it against you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, they taking it personal.
Yeah.
Oh.
But if you
Oh,
don't
I
want me
thought
to
y'all
hit a
talking about a
home run,
rule or
strike
something.
me out.
Right.
That's the way I feel.
Exactly.
You don't want me to hit a home run, strike me out. You don't want me to score.
In football, you don't want me to beat you by 21. Stop me.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
That's how I feel too. You know, they
It's
get
a
me out. If you can't
Yeah.
get me out, then you should have no problem with it.
it's a fine line between sportsmanship and being competitive.
Yeah.
Because
Real
you
fine.
want to show sportsmanship, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to beat you to death though.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, just like that, it was a high school game where they coach led his team beat a team 102 to like 6 or something like that.
In sports.
At some point, you got to call the dogs.
Yeah.
You gonna call them off.
I'm
Well,
calling them out.
Well, you can't call them out. Well, the second
How do
team
you
come
call-
in
how
and
do you
just.
call the dogs off on that. No, I'm just saying on the 100 to 6. Now, say I put my worst 5 in there. I put my worst 5
And
in
they
there,
still
but,
scoring.
but like say,
You got to let them score.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Might be the
So,
only
now-
game that
I'm saying, give them their little spotlight for a little time period, and then shut it down.
You're telling me to shut it down.
I would, as a coach, I would.
You think that bad sportsmanship?
I mean, to each his own. But I mean, me personally, I can't run the score up like that.
and
I
I
ain't
feel
shutting
you.
it down,
I feel you. But I'm just saying. But my thing, I feel the same way.
I'm gonna put the worst
about
team,
that.
the worst
But
unit.
like I said, but if I got my worst guys in there,
If they
you know,
get it to them,
hey,
get it to
I'm
them.
like,
Yeah.
you want me to tell them shoot with your left hand?
Right.
You know, but I'm like,
What you want us to do?
I understand.
yeah, I was like, hey guys, look, we only shooting 3s then, or something that's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Hey man, we only shooting 3s or something, but that is a crazy score though, man. I'm like, hey,
I got a question for Sid. Hey, on your Grand Slam, man, did you preconceive or envision what was going to happen, or do you just go up there looking for the best pitch or try to hit it hard? You're going to hit it or what?
I mean, I do like different like mind games and stuff like that away from the field, and sometimes on deck, I close my eyes and envision stuff. But like, I don't know, in that moment I was just locked in.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like, I don't even care like if I walk.
Right,
If I walk,
right. You still a run.
still-
Yeah.
still, like,
Whatever get the
happened,
win.
like, I was, all that was on my mind at that moment was, I'm gonna win this game.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna win this ball game. I don't care what happened. Like, I'm the last of this. Over.
I got you.
Gonna be on you.
I got a question for the host, both of y'all. What do y'all think is the hardest sport to play?
Oh, good question. The hardest out of all sports?
Yes, out of all sports.
Oh man.
Well, we'll go with the 3 major. We'll say baseball, basketball, and football.
I think baseball.
Good. That's good. That's good. I was going to say, that's my answer.
I think
That's
baseball
my
hard.
answer. Why do you think, though? Why do you think?
I mean, I don't. You got the baseball man right here, but from what I see, like, man, the hand-eye coordination, like, focus. I think it take more focus.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be
I can
focused
agree
on
with
the
that.
field and basketball too, but I think baseball.
Because I'm pretty sure you guys play baseball, too.
I ain't never played baseball.
I know
Heavens
you
no.
did. I know we all done played baseball, and I'm speaking for me. I think from what I seen just at a little league where I played in a little high school, hit a 100 miles per hour fastball.
That's absurd.
And to be able to hit some of it with consistency, people don't understand like that type of focus you got to have, and it's crazy. And like basketball and football, to me, the skill level is a little different. Not much, but it's just a whole nother thing of the focus. Because football, you know how to read a play,
Right.
you know how to read a formation.
This episode is brought to you by Tailor to You Cleaning Service. Don't have time to clean up? Our professional cleaners will get it done for you. Tailor to You Cleaning Service phone number is 205-532-7877. You can also contact her at tailor2youcleaningservice@gmail.com or www.tailortoyoucleaningservice.com.
Or where somebody's going, that's probably half the battle because you can tear some heads up on, knowing the play or whatever. Basketball, likewise, if I know where you're going to go with this,
Scouting report.
exactly, just react.
Yeah, I think baseball.
I could say, like you said, I think baseball more focused, but I have to go with football being the hardest. I just feel like the contact, all of it got the same preparation. I just feel like
The
physicality and like take a quarterback for example. That's a hard position to play. Cornerback. I mean, it's a hard position in
like this,
football to play.
You think you can?
Yeah,
Look.
yeah.
That's how many times a week y'all play? Every day.
Every day.
Then look at this. You look at this. You think you can make a tackle or hit a 100-mile fastball?
Make that time.
I can make that tackle.
All right.
I tell you, I say this though. Football done turned a lot of players into basketball players.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
On one of them.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I came out the Theo equipment on. That boy said, Coach Mayhem. He said, "What you going out for?" I said, "Receiver." That boy put me at free safety. I'm looking like, hold on, bro. You want me to be like one of the last lines of defense? So when these little short, stocky running backs get through everybody, you want me to hit it?
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen, my boy.
There you tall.
I'm out of here. Boy, I took the pass off for the final time.
You ain't do one practice?
That one, and that was
I
it.
just one practice.
And big man broke.
Did you finish it?
Me and him the
Finish
same.
practice?
Yeah, I finished it on the sideline.
Yeah,
Okay.
me and him the same because I think that Oklahoma drill.
Oh, yeah.
I think that.
Man, I was ducking all the smoke.
But you got to realize how thin I was then.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a thin dude. I'm coming from the basketball team, and they're like, "Hey, man, we need a tall quarterback." So you're gonna want me to come for quarterback, but you put me in all these defensive drills.
man.
So they put me in the Oklahoma drill, man. So mama back, get up. And I got up again after he hit me. But when I got up, you're looking at those little birds around my head and stuff, and I'm like, "Hey, went to school the next day." They're like, "Hey, man, you gonna come back out today?" No.
Man.
I'm telling you the truth.
My first day out there, I was at corner, and Shelton broke. I don't know if I might have been at safety. Well, you said you was at free safety. Shelton done broke past everybody.
Broke.
It's me and him. Man, I did not get low enough. He didn't try to shake me or nothing. He lowered that head, man.
Ran through
In
you.
your chest?
Put it right there in my chest. When I tell you my chest was hurting like 2-3 weeks straight.
I gotta give you some kudos.
Man,
though.
I didn't tell nobody. Did nobody know my chest was hurting?
Right.
Give you some kudos for your
Boy,
bravery.
he put it right in my chest.
Big man broke. Tried to shoestring you. Boy, I
You
dropped.
tried to shoot straight.
Dove at his feet. Boy, listen to me, man. I'm not getting ran over out here, man. I didn't sign up for
You better do it. He ran me over, but I made the top.
Then, like he said in high school, I'm big now, bro. I was like 170, 180.
Yeah.
This man finna run through me like I'm nothing. No.
Yeah, them boy was the
It's not happening,
stalking
bro.
back
It's
then,
not
too.
happening, bro. Not getting embarrassed out here.
Shit.
So
Oh,
my
go ahead.
my answer would be baseball also, but is for me is because of the fact that even though you're playing a team sport, everything is predicated on your individual stats.
Yep.
So that would be my answer.
What is the conditioning like? Because people say all the time, like, baseball players don't do no running for real or nothing. Do y'all do a lot of running?
We don't do a lot of running. Well, we don't do a lot of long distance running, and
Stamina.
yeah, we ain't finna go out here and for suicide.
It ain't no basketball.
He said, for what?
Skills.
Yeah.
So we work on the skills more and fine tuning the skills, and like we do running stuff, but when we do running stuff, we working on explosiveness and just exploding off the plate. Exploding to be able to get to 90 feet as fast as you can, because you don't run 90 feet. That's how far the base is. So we trying to get there as quick as possible. We ain't trying to run 2 miles.
It ain't no purpose.
Yeah, so most of our running stuff is sprint mechanic type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of sprint, like on the daily though. We ain't running far on the daily, but on the daily we gonna work our sprint mechanics. We gonna work on getting a good first jump, no false steps. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's a lot of detail that we pay attention to. Like everything is attention to detail with like everything you do. you gotta have it down pat. Cause like in the big leagues, bro, like you make one wrong move, like it's over. Like you lose the game, or you out, or you like whatever. You make an error, like
Get picked
It's
off.
over.
move, yeah.
What was the hardest thing?
It's bad.
What was the hardest thing to learn in the sport?
Consistency.
Staying consistent.
I mean, that's how you stay in the big leagues. It's just being consistent. Like, you know, everybody that make it, they done made it there because they the best of the best.
They supposed to be
Now
there.
the best of the best is the best of the best that's going to be the best consistent. You know, the most consistent one.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, finding that consistency, I feel like is the hardest thing for any player. Like, once you figure it out, like, you still going to work on it and fine-tune it. But, like, once you figure it out, you can pretty much go with it. You feel me?
Is it a lot of that come with like after practice stuff, diet, stuff like that?
After practice, and honestly, a lot of it for me is just having conversations with the vets and the coaches, the ones that's got more knowledge than me, that's already been through the situations. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I listen, like even when you're in the cage and it ain't even my time no more. I'm in there listening to them talking to somebody else because, like, I might can pick something out of that. Down the road, you feel me? That situation might happen. I might not be doing that right now that he talking about.
You
2
might
months
need it.
later, I might be doing that, and boom, I can think back on it.
You already know how to
Screwing
fix it.
Yeah, so like that's my thing is just gaining the knowledge. Like I try to just gain as much knowledge as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And the more knowledge you know, the more you don't know how to do it. The better you're gonna be doing it. The more consistent you can do it. You know what I mean?
You gotta be ready to learn.
I got a question for all three of y'all. All y'all was pretty good at y'all respective sports. What the pregame routine was like, the pregame ritual.
For me, it was just visualizing first of all my responsibilities. Secondly, is the stuff that you study on film all week, and third is for me. I would this is what I would do. I would study film, and then I would pick out 3 or 4 plays that they do a lot, and where I can make a play off of it. Not. I mean, I know all the rest of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna pick out those 4 plays that I can do something on.
Right.
So during pregame, that's what I'm focusing on. When they get in this formation, expect this. When you see a guy go in motion, expect this. So when it comes in the game, you don't think about it, you just do it.
So what was your routine on game day?
Just anticipation. But I didn't have no routine as far as just going.
artists or nothing you had to
Nah,
listen to?
I ain't had to do all that. I was just
You
I was
locked
the
in.
corner. I was in the corner by myself, just locked in.
Self-hype,
Yeah.
self-motivation.
Pregame routine or preparation?
You gonna laugh.
Man, please don't say you listen to that Prince, man. Please, man. Please.
I didn't listen to Prince, but I listened to a lot of Babyface.
Babyface.
Hey, and I'm serious, dead serious. I had to listen to slow music.
Slow music.
Slow music.
No crunk. No.
And no crunk. I literally slow music. My boys used to like dial it. I'm like, how can you do that?
R&B
and go
get you
out
in
there
your
and
mood.
It's
Yeah,
like I
relax
said, I'm relaxed. When I go out there, I'm on 1,000. But that relaxes me to go out there to just be able to change that momentum to where, like, when I go out there, you hear the crowd, you got your boys out there, you know, there's other guys on the other side that you like, okay.
Cause you can get over excited, listening to music,
Yeah,
bouncing
I
around,
think
and
so,
you
too.
ain't,
And
you done lost focus with what you gotta do.
You too hype. And another thing, I wore glasses, and I was blind. I was literally blind. I'm like, them things were.
Looking for a great real estate agent? Trust Ray. Let him help you buy or sell your home. Schedule your appointment to get a complimentary market evaluation.
You too hype. And another thing, I wore glasses, and I was blind. I was literally blind. I'm like, them things were. If I had to get the vision to where, like, you got your lens a little thinner, you had to pay a little more. But a lot of people don't know this. I was literally I was bad sight. I just got LASIK probably about 5 years ago or so, maybe somewhere longer. But I would take my glasses off the day of the game and, like, let my eyes focus. and just on focus of being in that moment right there, the way it is. And a lot of people don't know that. If I had, let's say, 28 my senior year in high school, and Boaz at JUCO, I was like 21 a game. At Troy, 24 a game. If I probably had LASIK surgery at that point in time.
So what you doing? Seeing 3 rims and just shooting for the middle?
Pretty much, but it was bad. It was like I realized how bad it was after you get a little money, you can get your stuff corrected. It's like a whole new world once you get your eyes fixed.
Oh, you didn't play with your glasses?
No
contacts
contacts at all. I didn't play with contacts till I got to Europe. Yep, got them contacts, whole new world. And I, like I said, did the LASIK because I tired of switching from my glasses sometimes or putting my contacts in. I could wear them the whole day, but got tired of it. I knew the LASIK surgery, so got that done. But it's a whole new world out there.
Pre-game routine shit or ritual or, preparation?
Listen to music, man. Straight rap for me, though.
Straight rap.
Yeah, it's strictly rap for me before the
Young
game.
kid.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we have a lot of time, though, before the game.
How much time they give y'all?
At home, we probably get done with BP probably about 4:30. So,
What's BP?
game, bad practice.
Okay.
So, because, we practice every day before the game anyway.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's 162 games, 162 practice.
Mandatory.
Yeah. But, we get done 4:30, so the game ain't until 7. You ain't gonna go back outside. The game at 7, that mean the anthem will probably be at, game start at 7:05, anthem will be at like 6:57. So you're gonna go outside at like 6:45. Like you literally gonna take like 10 minutes to get ready. Just
10.
outside stuff. And that's really just throwing and stuff. We get ready inside, and we got the weight room and then our locker room and stuff. So like we go in the weight room and get ready ourselves in the weight room. You do your thing, whatever you do.
Y'all lift before the game?
Everybody got their own. Dudes will lift before practice. Get there like early. Like me, I lift every other day. So every other day I'm gonna get to the park. If on the day I ain't got to lift, I might get to the yard at like 1:30. But days I got to lift, I might get there at like 12. So I can go in there and get me a lift in for about an hour and still go ahead and do what I need to do every day. Because we just do everything the same pretty much every day. Like you do everything the same. Like the way you get ready, time you watch your film, most guys are gonna do it at the same time. The time that you gonna go in the cage is gonna be like the same time every day. Like dudes be on the schedule. That's why we only got one cage, but it ain't never no problem because everybody know all right, such and such going in at this time, such and such going at that time, and you stick to that. But keeping that routine is what keep you consistent. You gotta be consistent in everything you do to get consistent results on the big thing that you do.
I like that.
Yeah.
The knowledge right there.
I like that. That sounds like so much.
How was the COVID time though for y'all? Was it an adjustment too? Did it throw you off your consistency?
Yeah, it was a little adjustment because they was controlling what time you could get to the field. They had us so spread out that we was basically in 2 different locker rooms. So it'd be on the regular, how now I get to the yard at 1. Then they was controlling, so they gonna say, hey, this group, y'all gotta come in at 1:30. This group come in at 2:30, trying to limit guys being together. And not being able to sit in the dugout. If you ain't in the game, you gotta sit in the stands because we ain't have no fans, so we would sit in the stands. That stuff.
Crazy.
Constantly wearing the mask for me was hard too because I wear glasses, even in the game. So
Can't stand it.
fogging up,
Yeah.
glasses just fogging up. That was an adjustment for me to make. It was all kind of stuff we had to do. It was tough, but at the same time, it was cool because we was just doing what we wanted to do. We ain't had no season for a little while, so at that point, everybody was just hey, whatever we got to do, let's do it. We just want to play.
Mm-hmm. Just get it done.
Do y'all think it was hard to achieve y'all level of success from coming from our environment?
For me, my focus was never on the next level. You know what I'm saying? when I was in high school, I never thought about college. I never thought about going to college. My thing was I had 2 older brothers. They were bigger than me. They were stronger than me, faster than me. So my thing was to get better, figure out ways to beat them, figure out ways to beat them, man. And it all just snowballed into me to what it ended up being.
Right.
It was never a plan to get to this point. It was just something that snowballed.
Just from hearing you talk, you like basically you just in the moment.
I was in the moment.
You was
the whole
always in the
time.
moment.
All through my career, I was.
Or whatever came, we just
Yeah,
came.
I tackled it when it got there.
But I think that's part of like the upbringing in our era, though. You know, because I'm not gonna speak for them, but we ain't have much. I'm Glenn Projects right there. That's why I was raised, and just to be around these guys, to be playing the sport and laughing and joking, because I'm pretty sure if you ask either one of them, what do they miss? It probably ain't the playing, it's the camaraderie.
Right.
It's like the being with the guys, adding up to the game. I think it's an added bonus just to play with them. It's an added bonus because you're out there having fun. You're doing something that you love. And to be at the epitome of, the sport that you don't, like you said, you training. A lot of people don't understand the training process of what Shed was saying. If you ain't training after you get through training or before you train, I mean, you got some people that are just that talented that can make it. But a lot of people put a lot more into the sport. I got kids. He has kids. And I know he have his kid outside shooting. We got him a goal. I seen the goal. He know that I'm willing to come down and speak to his girls or whatever. But I got a daughter that plays tennis and one that plays softball. And put money in nets and stuff where she can hit in the garage or outside.
Right.
And the one that plays tennis, just getting her tennis balls to where she can do extra stuff too. But trying to get her to understand that she's only 12, but trying to get her to understand that you got to go do more than just practice. She practiced, and the coaches said she practiced hard, but like I said, she's probably going to be at an elite level right now because she's pretty good. I mean, just to pat her on the back, she is actually pretty good. The one from softball getting recruited now. This is her senior year. They starting to call and want to come to do visits and all that. And then trying to let them understand that you got to be putting more into your sport because the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. And people got to realize that. It's like, I'm pretty sure I'm talking for them. Sometimes there's days where you be like, man, you just got to go. And sometimes it's good to have somebody to push you too.
Right.
If you got somebody that want to achieve something too, because some days you don't really want to go practice. You want hey man, I can play this game right quick, this video game, or I can just sleep. I can just watch TV. But that's
That
your
ain't
choice.
making you better.
Exactly.
They don't do nothing for you.
Exactly.
It's just like life, man. Whatever you put into it, that's what you get out of it.
Always. Yeah. What was the question? Shed had the answer too, didn't he?
Damn,
I forgot what the question was.
No, I did. You need to stop drinking. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely for me though. I mean, don't nobody play baseball around here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I mean, I'm the only one to do it from Anderson. Like ever. I mean, never had nobody from where we from do it. So it was definitely tougher for my environment, but like I said, just always staying prepared for me, and
I don't mean to cut y'all real quick, but did that drive you though? Like being like, I'm gonna be the first one from Anderson to do it.
Yeah.
I wanted to be,
Okay.
I wanted to be the first one. Like I knew,
I'm gonna do
I
it.
knew, like, ain't nobody ever been drafted out of Jacksonville High School. I wanted to be the first one drafted straight out of there. You feel me? I know ain't nobody from Anderson ever been drafted straight out of high school.
You got drafted straight out of high school.
Yeah.
To the majors? Straight to the majors?
I knew.
Dang.
I wanted to do that. I knew nobody else did that.
Damn, boy, you a legend, boy.
Legend. Legend.
That's part of building the legacy of being the first.
Photography. Book a session today. Birthday parties, baby showers, gender reveals, proposals, weddings, and more. Contact Kiera Sims at 256-239-1035. This episode is brought to you by BJ Coper, Casual Concepts, LLC, offering life insurance, annuities, college saving plans, wills and trusts, as well as financial literacy. Also, if you have any trucking and logistic needs, contact BJ Colbert at 256-525-9086.
High school.
Yeah.
To the majors, straight to the majors.
I knew
Dang.
I wanted to do that. I knew about that.
Damn, boy, you a legend, boy.
Legend.
That's part of building the legacy of being the first. Doing some stuff that people ain't did, and like I said, you gotta admire that stuff, man. It's like when somebody I know some of the work that he done put in because I know his man, he know me and his dad. His dad be with him all the time. He'd be like, "What you? Man, I'm going to work. Shit got travel ball. He doing this right here." He'd be like, "Dang, I'm playing." But then you said baseball because, like I said, I love baseball. My wife still trip out that I sit there and watch a whole baseball game. How can you watch the boring sport? And stuff. My daughter that play tennis, she don't like to go to my daughter's softball game. It's boring. That's that thing. It's boring. It's like you don't know it. You don't love it.
Right.
So you don't understand it. So yeah.
Not specific shit, but how do you use the majors to prepare yourself after baseball? Or like investments or
Yeah, I do investments. I do a retirement fund. I do, investments with financial people, and then I do some stuff on my own too, just playing around, just different cryptos and different little stocks on my own too. So I got my money going in different outlets, trying to grow it more and more.
how long you want to play? Till it's over with. Till that check start coming in.
The check as long as you can get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like,
Cause what's the average baseball player play to what about? Damn near 50, don't they?
you got dudes that play to their 40.
What's the span in baseball?
It depends, cause for the big league span, I think the average is like 3 or 4 years.
That's basketball too, ain't it? Football?
No, football.
I think
Football about
three.
about
About
4.
three. Yeah.
About 3 to 4 years.
So they only expect you to last 3 to 4 years.
On the average, yeah.
On the average.
Because I think you got to realize that each year they bringing people in there to replace you.
Right.
Every year.
I ain't think about it like
It's
that.
a draft every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every year it's a draft. And in baseball, you got 40 rounds.
It's 40 rounds in the draft.
It's a draft.
How long they been last? About a month?
I didn't know it was still 40 though. I didn't know.
40 rounds?
I thought they had broke it down. Oh, okay.
3 days? 40 rounds? How many players go in the round?
Whatever team. Yeah.
30.
Teams, yeah.
But all them ain't going to major. Some of them go to like.
Nobody gets drafted and go straight to the majors.
Okay.
Not even the best. Like,
Yeah.
Where do you
number
go
one.
to the minors?
yeah, you go to the minor leagues. Like, I got drafted and I went to rookie ball. Then I was in the minor leagues for 5 years. The last 3 years I've been in the big leagues. But like for 5 years I was down there and I had to go through rookie ball, low A, high A, double A, triple A. Like,
So it's levels.
Yeah.
So when you get to the league, you done went through all this.
Yeah.
So can you skip a level or you gotta go
Yeah,
through
you can
each?
skip a level. You
Yeah.
can skip a level because like I only went to triple A for a month.
Okay.
And then a month into the season, they were like, "Hey, it's time to go."
Trying to come on up.
Yeah.
They call you or the coach tell you?
The coach told me after the game. He called me and he was like, "Hey, we got a flight to Boston in the morning."
You been promoted.
Was you nervous? Because when you get called to the office, it could go the other way.
No, I
I had a good game.
I had a good game. Well, I had been having a good year to start the year, and then a dude that got hurt up top, and so I was like, they got to make some kind of move, like.
I would have told
See,
that.
there you go. There you go.
It's on now.
Right here.
Right. Let's go.
I'm here. I believe in God to do His part
Yeah.
now, and so they called me and I pretty much knew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was crazy though, cause my mom was asleep, cause I was in Washington, so the game ended at like 11. So that's 1 o'clock here, 1 in the morning. So they had already fell asleep on the game. So I had to call them like 6-7 times, like on their phone.
Wake up. Wake up.
I'm like, hey,
It's important.
get up, like, hey, I'm about to get y'all a flight, like, y'all meet me in Boston tomorrow. Pops, he like, boy, stop playing. I'm going to the big league. He was like, man, I know you playing. I was like, nah, this for real. Y'all get up. I had to get on the flight at like 6 a.m. Damn. Get up, throw some stuff in the
How that
bag,
made you feel though? Just calling them like, come on.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Like,
We made it.
and it's like I feel like that was the weekend of Mother's Day.
So
like,
it was
my
special.
mama told me like I can't even. There ain't gonna be no other Mother's Day gift that you
Right.
give
Top
that's
right,
better
yeah.
than
That was it right there.
It's
Good.
been like, dang, like they didn't all the time and the money they done put into it, all the traveling, like he said, like that's for real. Like every weekend.
Damn, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's sacrifice.
Yeah. Do the traveling get kind of irritating? I know you said y'all play like every other day. Do they get overwhelming sometimes?
No, not really. I feel like you get used to it, and then I mean, what? Who get mad at when you go to the airport? You drive to the back of the airport and you get right off the bus onto a plane where it's straight recliner seats and card tables and
Just
you chilling.
it's like a little apartment or something.
Yeah, it ain't like you getting on a regular flight going through the airport. You don't even go through the airport. Like you go to the plane, straight to the plane, off the bus onto the plane. And like I said, it's like
Yeah, I'm like private.
yeah, it's private and it's nice. So
Mhm.
I mean, who's gonna be mad at that?
Right.
You know, it's a lot, but like you learn to handle it.
Then you young, so hey, see the world.
Yeah.
Tote them bags. You had to tote them bags.
Nah, we don't talk about that.
Oh, they ain't do no hazing.
You know the rookies out do a couple things. Like my rookie, I had to carry the speaker. Cause like we on the plane, you know, we have a big bump box. So like that was terrible having to carry that big bump box.
Man.
The big one with the pole on it, like. But other than that, like, yeah, it ain't nothing.
Ain't that
too
major.
bad. Nah, nothing too major.
I know.
Y'all have haze?
What,
At Troy?
Troy, oh, of course.
of course.
Of course we did not. Of course we did not. So, well, yeah, no, you got to get the freshman. But like I said, it wasn't nothing crazy or whatever. It's like, if nothing else, we bucket of water, you know, or something that, you know, when they're coming out of that.
Time you watch your film, you probably most guys are gonna do it at the same time. The time that you gonna go in the cage is gonna be like the same time every day. Like dudes be on the schedule. That's why like we only got one cage, but like it ain't never no problem because everybody know like all right, such and such going in at this time, such and such going at that time, and like you stick to that. But like keeping that routine is what keep you consistent. Like you got to be consistent in everything you do to get consistent results on the big thing that you do.
I like that.
Yeah.
Knowledge right there.
I like that. That sounds like so much.
How did y'all, how was the COVID time though for y'all? Was it an adjustment too? Did it throw you off your consistency?
Yeah, it was a little adjustment because they was controlling what time you could get to the field. You know, they had us so spread out that we was basically in 2 different locker rooms. So like, it'd be like on the regular, how now I get to the yard at like 1. Then they was controlling, so they're gonna say, hey, this group, y'all gotta come in at 1:30. This group come in at 2:30, like trying to limit guys being together and not being able to sit in the dugout. You know, if you ain't in the game, you gotta sit in the stands because, you know, we ain't have no fans, so we would sit in the stands, like that stuff. Constantly wearing the mask for me was hard too because I wear glasses, even in the game, so like fogging up. Glasses was fogging up. That was an adjustment for me to make. Like, it was all kind of stuff we had to do. It was tough, but like at the same time, it was cool because we was just doing what we wanted to do. You know, I mean, we ain't have no season for a little while, so like at that point, everybody was just like, hey, whatever we got to do, let's do it. Like, we just want to play. You know?
To get it done.
Do y'all think it was hard to achieve y'all level of success from coming from our environment?
For me, my focus was never on the next level. You know what I'm saying? When I was in high school, I never thought about college.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about going to college. My thing was, I had 2 older brothers. They were bigger than me, they were stronger than me, faster than me. So my thing was to get better, figure out ways to beat them. Figure out ways to beat them, man. And it all just...
This episode is brought to you by Welch & Caver Automotive and Laminate Flooring, providing flooring, remodeling, painting, motor, transmission, brakes, and more. Contact Welch at 706-415-3152.
Snowball into me to what it ended up being.
Right.
It was never a plan to get to this point. It was just something that snowballed.
Just from hearing you talk, you like basically you just in the moment.
I was in the moment
You
the
was
whole
always in the
time.
moment.
All through my career, I was.
And whatever came, we just
Yeah,
came.
I tackled it when it got there.
But I think that's part of like the upbringing in our era, though. You know, because you know, I'm saying I'm not gonna speak for them, but we ain't have much. I'm Glen Project right there. That's why I was raised, and just to be around these guys, to be playing the sport and laughing and joking, because I'm pretty sure if you ask either one of them what do they miss, it probably ain't the playing, it's the camaraderie.
Right.
It's like the being with the guys, you know, adding up to the game is. I think it's an added bonus just to play with them. It's an added bonus because you're out there having fun. You're doing something that you love, and to be at the epitome of the sport that you don't, like you said, you train. A lot of people don't understand the training process of what Shit was saying. If you ain't training after you get through training or before you train, I mean, you got some people that are just that talented that can make it. But a lot of people put a lot more into the sport. I got kids. He has kids. And I know he have his kid outside shooting. We got him a goal. I see the goal. He know that I'm willing to come down and speak to his girls or whatever. But I got a daughter that plays tennis and one that plays softball. And put money in nets and stuff where she can hit in the garage or outside.
Right.
And the one that plays tennis, just getting her tennis balls to where she can do extra stuff too. But trying to get her to understand that she's only 12, but trying to get her to understand that you got to go do more than just practice. She practiced, and the coach said she practiced hard, but like that, she's probably going to be at an elite level right now because she's pretty good. I mean, just to pat her on the back, she is actually pretty good. The one from softball getting recruited now. This is her senior year. They starting to call and want to come to do visits and all that, and then trying to let them understand that you got to be putting more into your sport. Because the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. And people got to realize that. It's like, I'm pretty sure I'm talking for them. Sometimes there's days where you be like, man, you just got to go. And sometimes it's good to have somebody to push you too, if you got somebody that want to achieve something too. Because some days you don't really want to go practice. You want hey man, I can play this game right quick. You know, this video game, or I can just sleep. I can just watch TV. But that's your choice.
Make you better.
Exactly.
Just like life, man. Whatever you put into it is what you get out of it.
Always. What was the question? She had to answer too, didn't I forgot what the question was.
No, I didn't. You need to stop drinking.
Yeah, definitely for me though. I mean, don't nobody play baseball around here.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I mean, I'm the only one to do it from Anderson. Like, ever. We never had nobody from where we from do it, so it was definitely tougher for my environment, but like I said, just always staying prepared for me, and
I don't mean to cut y'all real quick, but did that drive you though? Like being like,
yeah,
I'm gonna be the first one from Anderson to do it.
Yeah, I wanted to be,
Okay.
I wanted to be the first one. Like I knew, you know what I'm saying?
gonna
I
do
knew like ain't nobody ever been drafted out of Jacksonville High School. I wanted to be the first one drafted straight out of the. You feel me? I know ain't nobody from Anderson ever been drafted straight out of high school.
You got drafted straight out of high school?
Anderson, yeah.
To the majors? Straight to the
so
majors?
like, I knew. I wanted to do that. Like I knew there was nobody that's done that.
Boy, you a legend, boy.
Yeah.
That's part of building the legacy of being the first, doing some stuff that people ain't did. And like I said, you gotta admire that stuff, man. It's like when somebody, I know some of the work that he done put in, because I know he know me as dad. His dad, you be with him all the time. He'd be like, man, I'm going to work. She had got a travel ball. He doing this right here. He'd be like, dang, you want to play, But then you said baseball, because like I said, I love baseball. My wife still trip out that I sit there and watch a whole baseball game. How can you watch? It's boring. That stuff. My daughter that plays tennis, she don't like to go to my daughter's softball game. It's boring. That thing gets boring. It's like you don't know it, you don't love it,
Right.
You don't understand it. So yeah.
Not specific shit, but how do you use the majors to prepare yourself after baseball? or like investments or?
Yeah, I do investments. You know, I mean, I do a retirement fund. I do, you know, investments with financial people, and then I do some stuff on my own too, just a little playing around, just like different cryptos and, you know, different little stocks on my own too. So like, you know, I got my money going in different outlets, trying to grow it more and more. You know.
How long you want to play?
Hey, until they stop paying me. I mean,
the check start
you might as
coming
well
in.
get the check as long as you can get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like,
Cause what's the average baseball player play to what about? Damn near 50, don't they?
yeah, I mean, you know, you got dudes that play to they 40. But
What's
I
the
mean,
span in baseball?
It depends, cause like, so for like the big league span, I think the average is like 3 or 4 years.
That's basketball too, ain't it? Football?
No, football.
I think football about 3.
About
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
About 3 or 4
So they
years.
only expect you to last 3 or 4 years.
On the average, yeah.
On the average.
You got to realize that each year they bringing people in that replace
Yeah,
you.
it's new. It's new
Every
people
year.
coming.
Every year.
It's a draft every year.
Yeah.
Every year it's a draft. And in baseball, you got 40 rounds.
It's 40 rounds in the
Yeah,
draft.
it's a draft.
How long they been last? About a month?
I didn't know it was still 40 though. I didn't know.
40 rounds?
I thought they broke that.
3 days.
3 days?
Yeah,
40 rounds?
40 rounds.
How many players go in the round?
It's 30. It's
Whatever
30
team,
teams.
yeah.
30.
teams.
But all them ain't going to major. That's
what I said.
Nah, nobody gets drafted and go straight to the major.
Okay.
So what you do?
Not even the best, like,
Yeah.
When you go to the minors?
yeah, you go to the minor leagues. Like, I got drafted and I went to rookie ball. Then I was in the minor leagues for 5 years. The last 3 years I've been in the big leagues. But like for 5 years I was down there and I had to go through rookie ball, low A, high A, double A, triple A. Like,
So it's levels.
yeah.
So when you get to the league, you done went through all this.
Yeah, did it.
So can you skip a level or you got to go
Yeah, you
through
can skip a
each?
level. You
Yeah.
can skip a level because like I only went to triple A for a month.
Okay.
And then a month into the season they were like, hey, it's time to go.
Trying to come on up.
Yeah.
They call you or the coach tell you?
Nah, the coach told me after the game. After the game, he called me enough. He was like, "Hey, you got a flight to Boston in the morning."
You been promoted.
Yeah. Congrats.
Was you nervous? Cause I mean, when you know you get called to the office, it could go the other way.
Nah, I kind of figured. I had a good game. Well, I had been having a good year to start the year, and then a dude that got hurt on top, and so you know I was like, I mean, they got to make some kind of move. Like I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Let's go.
I done my part. You know, I believe in God to do His part now. You know, and so they called me and I pretty much knew.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, it was crazy though, cause my mom was asleep, cause you know I was in Washington, so the game ended at like 11. So that's 1 o'clock here, 1 in the morning. So they had already fell asleep on the game. So I had to call them like 6-7 times, like blowing their phone up. Call.
Wake up.
Yeah, I'm like, hey,
It's important.
hey, get up. Like, hey, I'm about to get y'all a flight. Like, y'all meet me in Boston tomorrow. My pops, he like, boy, stop playing. I was like, nah, for real, I'm going to the big league. He's like, man, I know you playing. I was like, nah, this for real. Y'all get up. Yeah, so they wound up having to get on the flight at like 6 a.m. Then we had a couple hours, get up, throw some stuff in the
How that
bag.
made you
man,
feel,
you know.
though?
It
Just
was
call
great,
them
bro.
like,
I mean, you know, like,
come on.
yeah, like that's been my dream. You feel me? Like,
We made it.
yeah. And it's like I feel like that was the weekend of Mother's Day. So
So
like
it was
my
special.
mama told me like ain't gonna be no other Mother's Day gift that you can
Right.
give that's gonna be better than this.
That's
Like,
it right there.
cause this been like our thing, you know, like they didn't all the time and the money they didn't put into it, all the traveling, like he said, like that's for real. Like every weekend
Damn,
we
I'm
traveling, bro. Traveling,
Sacrifice.
out there.
Yeah. Do the traveling get kind of irritating? I know you said y'all play like every other day. Do they get overwhelming sometimes?
No, not really. I feel like you get used to it, and then I mean, who get mad at when you go to the airport? You drive to the back of the airport and you get right off the bus onto a plane where it's straight recliner seats and card tables, and you know you chilling.
It's like a little apartment.
It
or
ain't,
something.
it ain't like you getting on a regular flight going through the airport. You don't even go through the airport. Like you go to the plane, straight to the plane, off the bus onto the plane. And like I said, it's like,
Yeah, fly private.
yeah, it's private and it's nice. So like, I mean, who gonna be mad at that? You chilling, you know. It's a lot, but like you learn to handle it.
Then you're young, so hey, see the world.
Tote them bags. You got to tote them bags.
Nah, we don't talk
Did
no bad.
that-
Ain't no haze in it.
Nah, we don't. You know the rookies have to do a couple things. Like my rookie, I had to carry the speaker. Cause like we on the plane, you know, we have a big bump box. So like that was terrible having to carry that the biggest bump box, the big one with the pole on it, like it was terrible. But other than that, like yeah, it ain't nothing
Ain't
too
nothing
bad.
major.
Nah, nothing too major.
I know.
Y'all have haze?
What,
Or Troy?
Troy, oh, of course.
Of course.
Of course we did not. Of course we did not. So, yeah, no, you got to get the fresh. But like I said, it wasn't nothing crazy or whatever. It's like, if nothing else, we bucket of water, you know, or something that, you know, when they're coming out of their door, like, we're going to get you. We're going to get you. Some bucket of water, cold water thrown on them or whatever, something, you know, to that extent. But like I said, nothing to where I think, like, you know, some things have gotten out of hand from, we'll just say colleges, to where, like, they hating, they beating kids and stuff like that. But no, all the fun.
So we're gonna while we got a little break, we're gonna we partner with Heaven Sent Travels. We're gonna be giving away 3 trips. 3 trips this week, and every week we're gonna give away a trip. It's not totally free. All you have to pay is taxes and fees on it. Like the first one would be a 3-day, 2-night hotel vacation getaway. What you'll do is you'll get sent an email, and you'll just you get a certificate ID, and you just put the certificate number in, and you just go from there. You pick your destination. Is include Phoenix, Hot Spring, California, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, North Carolina. There's a ton of stuff. The second one, I'll bring up different. Second one is an ultimate getaway, offering a 3, 4, 5, or 7-night stay of your choice. Once again, you just pay taxes and fees. You cruise from Miami, Los Angeles, or Port Canaveral. I guess I said that right. And for choices to like the Bahamas, Eastern Caribbean, Canada, and so forth. The third one is a 3-day, 2-night hotel vacation getaway. It's basically like the first one. Pay taxes and fees. What we'll do is we'll give this week. We're gonna randomly choose subscribers, and if you win, we'll be in contact with you.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure you comment. So future people, if you're watching, like, subscribe, and like the show. That's it for those.
Some beautiful destinations here, man. Hold on. Okay, Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Cozumel, Puerto Vallarta. I mean, I said that. Puerto Plata, Punta Cana, La Ramona. Beautiful destinations here, man.
You'll be receiving an email from Miss Tanya Felton. She's the owner of Heaven Sent Travels. So if you win, I'll be in contact with you, and she'll be sending you an email. Terry, I know you talked about you played overseas. Was it Europe? You said?
Yeah.
How was it over there? That the only place you played overseas at?
I played in Finland, Austria, Hungary, Luxembourg. Played in Italy for a month. Played in Lebanon for 1 day.
1 day.
Lebanon. I literally, you got off the plane, you walking, and they were dogs. They got ARs, AKs, just walking through the security.
Oh, I
Walking through that.
know that.
Oh man, I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, am I in the right place? Get in a car. We're going to the gym. You see bullet like holes in buildings, like literally the size of that or bigger. It's like, okay.
I'm like, y'all play ball over here?
Exactly. We go through a check. We go to a check. They get your passport. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, these people can kill me right now. Nobody will miss me but my family. It's like, it ain't gonna be no international incident, you know? Right. So, but that was like the wildest place that I played at. But like to be in Italy, you know, for that month. As a matter of fact, take that back 2 months. 2 months, man, Italy. If you ever get a chance to like go over there and visit, beautiful. Beautiful beaches.
Man, that's what it is, man. You know something.
You think I can afford it?
But Finland,
You don't want these.
Finland. If you don't like cold weather, don't go to Finland. They only get like 2 or 3 hours of sunlight.
2 or 3 hours.
2 or 3 hours. You wake up at night, go to bed at night.
Where the sun be?
Hey, you need to wake up when the sun there. It's probably like I think early in the morning. We'll say about 8, 9-ish or whatever. Like, so if you waking up late, once we play ball, like we might not practice. You know, you got 2 Americans on the team. We probably practice late because we're pretty much considered a couple of those guys are considered pros too, but like a couple of them may have jobs. So we probably practice in the evening. Yeah, like I said, we going out to the games and stuff. You go to sleep, wake up. You go to sleep, it's dark. You wake up, it's dark. But it's probably like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. It was crazy. You know, they have like the high rate of suicide, so you see why it's depressing. It's depressing.
Lowest moment in y'all sports careers. The lowest moment. Everybody had a low moment.
No, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, see, he can't really say.
You done played long enough.
He done won the national championship. I would say mine's one of my low points. I think I hated not being able to play. Twist my ankle real bad. Had to miss like 2 games. It wasn't 2 important games because that was the year we did play for the national championship. I played for the national championship at Troy, and to lose that national championship game.
Tore you up.
Yeah, after I got drunk, after I got drunk later.
He got over it.
That boy got a little numb then. But
Little numb.
That whole feeling like you feel like you let everybody down,
Yeah.
And stuff. I think that's one of the lowest. Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Because I read where you said, I think one of the coaches said you told one of the players, like, after y'all took a loss, you said, we ain't losing no more.
Yeah. Okay, now that was, we had, who did we lose to? We were going D1. Troy was going D1, but you have to play a certain amount of games to go D1, so we were still D2 independent. Yeah, exactly. And so we were in that stage, and we had lost a couple of teams. I think we lost to Georgia Southern. We lost to Auburn. And, I scored 33 against Auburn. I want to put that out there. But we lost to all the D1 schools that we played, we pretty much lost. And like you said, sometimes you got to realize that mid-majors and you got those, like we'll say Auburn and you got a Troy, you're going to have that difference between talent. And like I said, and sometimes it's seen. And we just went on, and we knew we still could get a D2 invite to the national for the tournament. And we just put amongst ourselves like, hey man, we lost against these teams. I'm not losing no more. I said, if I had to shoot every shot, I ain't
So be
losing
it.
no more. But we went on a tear, as you probably read too. We went on a tear where I don't think if we did lose anymore, that we did get a bid. Like I said, and played in the regional tournament, won that, and then to go to the national tournament, to go there, to win the first game. You're like, oh yeah, we won. You still ain't think you're gonna make it to the national championship because you know you got 2 more games. And then we won the next game. But the next game, it was like a battle. I think it was like 128 to 125 somewhere. It was a big game.
Couple of numbers.
And, yeah. And but late in that game, you're like, we got this. So we played. We ended up winning. And man, then like you say, just to say get drafted or just to be playing on television from Anniston. Man, you on the phone calling all that. Hey man, we playing for the national championship.
What
we on
channel?
TV,
ESPN.
CBS.
CBS.
I think one of them. So just calling everybody, just to do that, and then you said to lose it, and I think I got a tech. And then,
Frustration.
No, they said, hey, that Amston came out. But yeah, that was one of my lowest points. But like I said, high point, but a low point too. Yeah.
Go ahead. Wendell.
For me, I mean, I played in 3 national championship games. So obviously we lost 2.
Gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, we lost 2. So
You played in 3 of them, though.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
My freshman year, I didn't play that much, so I mean it wasn't as devastating. But my junior year, we lost, and I think we was a higher seed than they were. We lost to Pittsburgh State. I think they beat us 26-13 or something like that. So I'm thinking my quarterback's a senior. So we got 2 inexperienced quarterbacks coming back. So this might be my last ride getting back here. So that was pretty devastating. But obviously, the next year, going into the season, quarterback was the question. We got 2 games in. We switched quarterbacks 3 times. So Chuck finally stepped up the 4th game of the season. Chuck Robinson. Yeah,
God rest his soul.
He stepped up. My guy. Yeah, he stepped up the 4th game, and we were on a ride from that point on. So yeah, that losing the championship game my junior year was probably my lowest point.
That one hurt. What's your shit?
That's tough, man.
Got to be when you're in the big league. What low point can you have?
Right.
Mine was probably in high school, honestly. Losing my senior year, my last game. I feel like, my team was depending on me to lead us to the state championship. And I couldn't even lead us out of the 2nd round. I did good, but we still lost, so therefore it was my fault because I was our leader.
You was the guy.
Yeah. So I could have done. It was some things I could have done differently, probably, and some things I could have done better. So, I feel like I let those guys down, especially knowing after what made me feel real bad was after seeing those guys' faces, knowing that they weren't gonna be playing no more. That was the last baseball game that they had played of their life. You know what I'm saying? I knew I got the draft coming up next month, so in my mind I'm like, it's something bigger. But I still felt bad. I felt like I let them down, and it's like they done. They ain't got no more baseball. I got more of this ain't the way I wanted it to end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You felt like you left it all on the table?
Yeah, I feel like I did what I could. We played the cards the way we could. Like I said, it's always, when you look back, especially when you lose, it's always
Stuff you could have did better. Yeah.
You could have done better. You know what I mean?
You pretty good there, Sims.
Hey, man, this ain't about me, man. I made it. My lowest point?
Lowest.
Man, lowest point is how we lost senior year.
To Butler.
Butler blew a 11-point lead in about 2.5 minutes.
Shit, probably about a minute and a half.
Turnovers, missed free throws.
Got ugly quick.
Got
ugly quick.
that was
It
it.
definitely got ugly quick.
I know that hurt. It's nothing
hurt.
like when you see it and it's like it's right there to touch.
It's right there.
And then to get it pulled away because of nerves. And like I said, for a young kid at that age, you say high school, to be able to control your nerves and to be able to come out of that moment, it's big. It shows of your character. But when you let it go,
Man.
it's depressing, man.
I think I'd rather get blown out than to blow a lead like that.
Honestly, I feel the same. Honestly, I feel the same.
Like, for real.
For me, man, it was my senior year. This is basketball. We had already beat Sachs 3 times, and we lost to them in the area tournament.
That hurt.
So I know. As a player, you're taught not to look past nobody. But if you don't beat somebody 3 times,
Right.
you
You pretty much count it.
who's next on the schedule.
Yeah.
We came out and people started doing their own thing and
Thinking it sweet.
Yeah.
How did it feel like on the football field, like to know what type of hitter you were, like to almost see someone like, I don't think I want to run through that hole, or I don't want to catch that across the middle. To just know that, like that, you like, oh, they don't want.
I mean, you can see it in their eyes. Yeah. You can see it in their eyes. I mean, when I was in high school, now it was easy to do, but at defensive end, my focus was on that tackle in front of me. Mm-hmm. But at middle linebacker, I can look at the quarterback and you can already see he don't want no part of that. He can look. You can look and tell where
can
he's
see the
going
fear
with the
on
ball, who he gonna give it to, and all that just by his mannerism.
You can see the fear on
all that.
You ever like, you know how you look at film for the game and stuff, then you see exactly what you seen on film
in the game.
In that game, you be like,
game, like deja vu.
Play.
It's all deja vu, yeah. But let me say this right here. Losing for me, in any game really. I mean, you know how you have recall of the game? Mm-hmm. I never had recall for good plays. I always held on to the bad plays or where I messed up or missed a layup or something like that. I can never recall the good stuff I did in the game. It was always the stuff that I wish I could have got back.
Mm-hmm. You sure that was your lowest moment in sports? I would have figured it when I dunked on you. That's crazy.
Let that go out.
That's another story for another day, though.
We've been in here.
What is your problem, man?
Like I would think that would be your.
So tell us though. So tell us when you dunked on him. Did you see it? Did you foresee it when it was coming?
Oh man, I had already told him it was coming.
Can I tell my side of the story?
Yeah, tell your side of the story.
Okay, what happened was he got the ball around half court. It's a fast break now. Somebody passing the ball around half court. I didn't see him. No, he got the ball probably around the timeline. I was standing at half court. So I'm playing catch up already.
Man, you wasn't that far behind me.
Timeline at half court, that ain't that
man,
far.
Man, just like Wendell just said, I looked to the left and seen the fear in your eyes. And I knew then what I was about to do to you. For what you had done to me.
It was at that moment.
I spoke it into existence. I told you. Man, it didn't take me long to process. I caught the ball. I had already said, I'm finna dunk. I looked and seen it was you. Boy, you don't know the joy. You don't know the joy in my heart when I seen it was you.
How you say I fouled you, though?
You did. But it didn't matter because you still caught it. I would imagine that would have been the lowest moment in your sports career.
It was an and one dunk?
Come on, man.
No, it wasn't.
When I just told you, I seen the fear in his eyes.
Is worse because I didn't have no momentum build up. I got 2 steps.
Okay, so that's all I got. Well, tell him how you drop step. Did you just? You making it seem like you just turned around and put me in the rim?
But did he jump on the drop step?
Yes,
he jumped on
the body.
It
could have been a foul.
Was I checking you on a drop step?
No.
Okay, then did I not step up?
Help side.
I was checking mine. I was checking mine. Somebody got beat. I stepped up to help. He dumped the ball.
You tried to get back.
I'm thinking man gonna slap board. Mm-hmm. I turned around. He flushed it on me. Like, you really pissed me off for real.
I would have said I was checking him down. Because you coming to help, you supposed to see what he doing.
I didn't get beat.
And then he already said
my man got beat. I stepped up and helped him.
Did he make the dunk?
Huh?
Did he make the dunk?
And you tried to recover.
Yeah, he made it.
You got beat. You got beat too.
I got L1.
You got beat too. You should have saw it. That's what I'm saying. The help.
I couldn't see it.
The help. Hey, he's supposed to have been foul hard with no basket.
I'm finna
I
kill
didn't think he was gonna dunk it.
I'm finna kill the whole
like he shocked me for real. Like I didn't know he dunked it for real till I heard everybody say, "Ooh!" I'm like, hold on. Like it took me a minute. Like, did he just dunk on me? I'm like, cause I know mine. Mine was a little aggressive down there. He'll slap board or something real hard. I didn't know he was finna spring up like that. I'm like, okay.
Cause I'm finna kill the whole debate right here.
Let's end it.
You always say I'm about 5'10", even though I'm about 6'1.5".
Nah, you about 5'.
And a half. But he always say I'm 5'10".
We'll give you 5'11".
That's close to
you
6'1".
is every bit of 6'3". So you let a 5'10" dude drop step on you. Come on, man. That's it.
All right, man.
You can't recover.
Okay.
You can't recover from that.
Mic check.
Why you keep saying? All right, I'm gonna let him have it, man. Me, him, and the good Lord know it. And everybody that was in the gym knew what I done to him.
There's always 3 sides to a story.
Man, it was way worse.
Okay.
It was way worse. But you act like I'm the only one you dunked on.
I mean, I had my bodies.
So what you talking about, dude? I mean, you 5'11", but you was tall back then. You was
lost the hand.
Six
yeah.
and a half.
Mine got shorter. Like Mine was tall. Mine was tall, but he just stopped growing.
Yeah.
Like he was tall back then. Well, you know, you probably like 5. You probably 5'9". now,
To
though.
be honest, man, I was shocked when I first saw you come to the gym and the way you could jump. I was.
And then
I was
he jumped
blown away.
quick.
Yeah.
That's how he caught me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Man.
I want to piggyback though on something that you said when he was talking about how he could after the game, all he could replay was the bad stuff. And for the younger crowd that's watching, something that they need to know, you know, like you're gonna always have some mistakes during the game. Like, you know, it's gonna be things that you don't want to do, that you don't want to happen. It's gonna happen. Realize those mistakes, learn from it, and move on. You know, I always say I have good days and I have learning days. I don't have a bad day. You know, if there's something bad that happened, I'm gonna learn from it. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna try not to let that happen again. But a huge thing for me, and a huge thing that I see with a lot of guys at the top level, is we watch a lot of good stuff. You know, before games, watching film of times that the person I'm finna face, the good that I done. You know, he supposed to get me out. So like, I'm not gonna go watch every time that you done got me out, but I'm gonna go watch every time that I done got a hit off of you, or when I done homered off of you. Or like if times, you know, you get into a slump or something, times going bad, like I'm gonna go back and watch when times was going real good. You know, I'm gonna watch highlights. You know, like always harp on the positive, because for all of those negatives, it's always something positive though. So you always got to stay positive, harp on the positive, watch the positive. Leave the negative out, you know, learn from it and leave it out, forget about it. Because the thing is, at the top level I'm at is like, the dudes that I see that's really good is the dudes that forget about it. As soon as it happens, they don't even, you know, it could happen 5 minutes ago and they worried about what's going to happen the next 5 seconds.
Hey, shit. Speaking to that, because I want my daughter to hear this. I tell you, I want to make sure she hear all this, because we try to tell her. She gets mad off of one ball, she hits bad. So continue.
Yeah, sure. But like, I mean, like I said, like for all the bad, it's always something good, and I gotta find that good. Whatever it is that you even find the bad, like find the good in the bad. Like it's always a positive you can make out of every situation. And I mean, that's something that you have to do. And like, to be great, you know, like I said, you gotta watch the positive. Don't harp on the negative.
You can go look at how somebody striked you out and find out what you did wrong. Turn a negative into a positive,
Sure.
and come back and home run his ass on the next one.
But like, I don't even watch that. I don't even watch the strikeout.
You don't watch it?
Nothing bad. If I ain't get a hit, I ain't watching.
You don't want to
If I
see
ain't
it.
make a play, I ain't watching. Because the one that I got the hit on, or the one that I made a play on, I did something right. So I need to go watch and see what I was doing right, because that's what I'm trying to mimic. I'm
Keep
trying
doing
to do that
it.
every time.
Keep
I'm trying
doing
to be consistent and doing that move that I just made right there. I need to make that move again. Make that move again. So like, I ain't gonna go watch something that I did do, because as soon as you say, well, like, now I can't move this foot.
Yeah.
Now all of your mind is not moving that foot. No.
You don't trick
No, just
yourself.
stay right there with it. Keep your foot there. Okay.
It's easy that way.
You think I can strike you out?
Quick, like.
Think about it.
And that's supposed to be his answer. That's supposed to be his answer.
Never.
Every
It wasn't no hesitation. It wasn't no. It wasn't nothing in that. Never.
I'll strike you out.
I can't hit a ball.
Hey,
I can't hit a
exactly.
softball.
Exactly. But did you think somebody was gonna get past you on the run?
No.
Exactly. I mean, you're supposed to think that. And like I said, once you start getting that in your head,
I've never been ran over
really,
The whole time you played
in my
football,
life.
ever.
Ain't nobody like got the best of you.
Never.
Practice or nothing.
Never.
I never been.
Did
dunked
anybody
Yeah,
ever bring
I
it to
done got
you?
blocked.
What he
on.
say?
I've never been dunked on.
I ain't got blocked
Never been
before.
done, though.
Yeah, easily. I ain't got blocked, but I ain't never been blown up or nothing like that.
Pancake.
Nobody ever got the best of you for real.
It's all about keeping that head on the swivel. You got to see
You
what's
ain't
coming.
finna catch you slipping.
You got to see the play before it happened, and then while the play is going on, you got to see two seconds before that play while the play is going on. So I'm seeing what's going on. I'm here, but I already see two seconds ahead of myself.
You know,
People don't understand that though. It's like that's real. It's like even like a pitch. I would imagine you're like, okay, if he come in here, I'm gonna hit this grand slam. If he come in here, we going. I think I know what he coming with. Because sometimes it's a guessing game, but if you guess right and you on that bat, or you like say you guess right, he trying to pass right there, you go deflect that pass and you go.
Yeah.
You know, and you intercept. The tight end cutting in. I see him cutting. He's about to throw it to him, anticipating it.
Yeah.
You know,
And,
it's like you gotta. That's a feel. It's a
80%.
feel of your know-how. If your field, whatever your field is that you're in, if you starting to master that field, you're gonna just get sense of what's going on. You know, I guess better than some people. Some people just get it. You know, I mean, I don't know how. I don't even know how I get it. But it's just some things. It's like I see it. I see. Okay, this is about to happen. Come on, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, bro.
I mean, anticipation is 80% of any sport. The people who can anticipate what's about to happen, those are the ones who's going to be successful. I tell Jordan this all the time. I say anticipate. You got to be and basketball is about anticipation, not reaction. If you're reacting, you
told Michael
you're
Jordan
already
that?
too late. Oh no, my son.
Oh no, I was just
I said you can't be a reactionary player. You got to be an anticipating player.
Because you don't be on your heels all
Yes.
the time. You gotta be on
I
your
said,
heels.
and then when you anticipate it, trust it. Trust it. A lot of people see it but don't trust it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said. I got a question. Do y'all think you need to think on the field or you need to react? I mean, not on the field, but in whatever the sport you in, you think you supposed to think or you supposed to react?
Anticipate.
Anticipate.
Anticipation.
Because I feel like if you thinking, you gonna
slowing yourself
think too
down.
much. But if you done did your studying, you done ran through film,
Right.
you gonna react to what you see and what you done studied with.
But also too, that if you just look at how you saying that and what's supposed to go on in a sport, you go back to what he said, consistency. If you working on your craft, it's supposed to be just flowing. It's supposed to be flowing. And like I said, things gonna go bad. From tennis to whatever, things gonna go bad. It's like, but you gotta. It's like, hey, I had a bad game. I had a learning game.
Yeah.
But I'm going back to what I was doing because this is what I do. You know, you got to be able to say, this is what I do.
Yeah, you can't harp on it. You got to be able. You got to be able to brush it off.
Yep. If you can't brush it off, that's when you get to the thinking part. Well, let me see what I was doing. Like, man, just keep doing what you were doing. It's like it's a sport. What do you love it? Do you want to play it?
Right.
Keep doing what you were doing. You've been training for this moment.
Right.
So
I think the thing for me is I hold on to losses. You know what I'm saying? I hold on to a loss until we play again. If that's the next day, then it's a short window. But if that's at the end of the season, going to the next year, that's going to be a long time for me to hold on to that.
Do you hate losing more than you love winning?
I did. I hate losing with a passion.
With a passion.
With a passion.
Got to.
At anything.
Anything.
Super competitive.
I can't lose it. Uno.
I could deal with a loss, but like getting blown out, like we losing a tough game. All right, cool. We tried. We did all we can do, but we just got whooped, just up and down the field, the court, or whatever. I can't accept that. Like,
What you
I'm
gonna do
pissed.
about it?
Huh?
What you gonna do about it?
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
We gotta do something about it.
my thing is, don't be in practice. Don't be in practice that next day and you up in there joking around.
Right.
Oh
That
yeah,
was one of my things. I mean, you might have a time in that practice where you might joke. Somebody might do something that, like, oh, you laugh at, like, well, how he tripped up or whatever. But don't come in here that next day like we all stars or whatever, man.
His business.
We getting back
be
to the
ready
lab.
to work, yeah.
We getting back to the lab, dude. It's like, hey, big dog, can you make the shot? You know, like that. Hey, I mean, you've been shooting it. You've been shooting it. Like, can you make the shot? So we need to get somebody in there. Can you make the shot? We need to get somebody in there that can make the shot, man. It's like, but am I right or wrong though? It's like, come on, man.
Right.
Like we ain't got
You're
time to be
right.
scared. We ain't got time to be scared.
Big dog.
Because, no, for instance, you got certain players, like you said, with certain tiers of athletes. Like you said, you got 5 stars, 4 stars now that they do all that. We ain't never have that back. It was like either you good, you weren't.
Either you can play, you can.
Exactly. So you got players that wasn't as good as other ones. It's like it'd be some teams that I honestly can see, like if some of my teammates are just a little shook, like we played Auburn. I can honestly see that some of my guys were shook. It's like we playing Auburn.
They had that fear in their eyes.
My thing was, we playing Auburn.
Yeah.
It's time to get it on.
Yeah.
It's like you know, so that's it. We playing Georgia Southern. We playing University of Wyoming. It's like I think Wyoming had like 2 people that went pro. But I'm like, I think I had like 23. I'm like, they play basketball too.
Right.
We play basketball. They just happen to go to this school.
Yep.
It like said, and like when they start going, well, like I said, we're at Troy, they're at Wyoming, they're D1. They already established D1, and that's you got to get that mentality out of your head. If you at Jacksonville, just because you playing top tier team out of Birmingham or Montgomery, it's like, that's serious. Like you playing Florida State. They still play. They still play.
Right.
You know, like I said, they at Florida State for a reason though, but they still play. You know, I know y'all clowning Florida State though.
This is a little quick right here. Just wanted to ask you what the practice is like in the mazes. Is y'all laxed or is it just all business or?
It's
super
relaxed.
focused?
It's relaxed, but it's relaxed with a focus. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's constant repetition. So like, you know when to dial in. For us, it's like you dial in and you dial out. Cause it's in practice, it's gonna be the same way in the game. It's like, boom, he throw the pitch. I might clock out for a second and like look somewhere else or something. But then that next second, boom, I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna lock back in on the catcher. And once I lock in on that catcher, now we on to this pitch, and it's like I'm locked in. I'm seeing what pitch you want to call, what you want to try to do to this hitter. Now I know what I need to do with my preparation and getting ready for this pitch. You know what I'm saying?
You can do that just like that?
Yeah. And then after the pitch, as soon as that pitch hit the mitt, I'm clocked out. And then I'm going to clock back in. And it's like that in practice, too. It's like when I know it's my goal. So say like, you know, man, most of the time it's going to be you and another person at your position taking ground balls or whatever. When I know it's my goal, I know I'm going to lock in. As soon as I step up, like, boom, I'm locked in. Boom, I'm going to get my stuff done. I'm going to do it right. I'm going to field it. I'm going to throw it. As soon as that play over, I might clock out and I might joke with somebody right quick. Talk some trash. Watch somebody else do something. Talk trash. But then I know it's my goal again. Now I'm going to lock right back in. During that time, I'm locked. Like, during that play, I'm locked.
They taught you that or you developed that or that just been you?
I mean, it's something you have to develop. It's something you have to learn. I feel like it's something you have to you mature with it. You know what I'm saying? Getting older, you learn how to do it, and know the more that you mature, the better you are at it. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like it's not something I think about it. Like I just thought about it because you asked me that question.
Right.
But like when I'm in the moment, it's not something that I think about doing. It's something that I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's part of, you know, pros versus high schoolers or even players that's in college. You know, even when you see players come out of college, it's still a lot that they got to learn. Like it's still a curve. It ain't like they coming out of college and it's like, oh, just because they went to college now they know it or something. Like, nah, it's still a curve. You still see college players come out and struggle, just like high school players might come out and struggle. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I said, the knowledge. You got to gain the knowledge. You know what you got to do. You know.
You ever, you probably used to it now, but like when you first came in, you ever got starstruck? Like see somebody you've been a fan of and like.
Nah, not really. I mean, I met Hank Aaron when I was in high school, so you know it's like
You met Hank Aaron?
Yeah, I met Hank Aaron in high
The
school.
real Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
The real.
My family was close. My family was close with Hank Aaron. My mom and pops, they done went to their house and had dinner and everything. Like,
Oh, so like you know Hank.
Yeah, so like I knew Hank Aaron like in high school. So like, but I mean, like I never been the person kind of like that. Like it was just, you know, some people that I liked to watch and some people I looked up to that I was, you know, blessed to meet coming up.
Would you say this too though, Shed? Like that question made me think about that, and this is how I look at it. You said being starstruck. It's like you got stars or whatever, but it's all about being around those people. If you around these people and you're doing some of the things that they do and knowing these people, you'll get to learn that people are they're human. You know, like I said, but like, no, they're stars. Don't get it right, because some of them prima donnas. But if you're around them and stuff, you just see they're just like us right now. They're just like us right now. But you're not in their circle. If you're not in their circle, that's why it seems like they're
bigger than that.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. But I just learned that throughout time too. If you in people's circle, because of like even my job now, I meet a lot of stars, and just talking to them, I've escorted Snoop to the back of arena, and just telling him, just talking to him or whatever, mess with funniest thing ever. I was like, "Hey Snoop, you need to get on this side. This is my gun side." He was like, "No man, in case somebody come out here and get the bus and I want to grab your gun." I get the bus. So, but he joking like that right there. But you gotta bust around. Just meeting a lot of these guys, you just realize you're not in their circle, so they seem like they're far away. Right. But like I said, once you're close to them and you get to even conversate or joke around with them,
they still people, man.
They cool in the fan, or just regular people. Regular people.
Before we get out of here, I need y'all to vote. Real quick, I need y'all to make it quick.
Don't say nothing crazy, man.
Who dunk was the worst? Who had the best dunk?
Who got the most clout?
Who got the most bragging rights? Me or CD?
Dude, I body bagged you.
Like, this they vote. How you gonna vote for them?
Bro, you keep trying to sway the public, bro. All right, go ahead. Take the vote.
See, you already made your case, man.
Who got the bragging rights?
Yeah, we in deliberation right now.
Who got the bragging rights?
Just straight up, I'm gonna have it quick, because I just like to think I'm a basketball connoisseur. I say you do, because of the height. The drop step is a lot more into the drop step. The dunk that my man had, it's like it's one of those flashy things. It's like you see it almost. A drop step you don't really see. You don't know what somebody's going to do until they rise up on you. That moment right there, we all been in that moment where we coming down court. If he hand this to me right here, I'm going up and I'm gonna plaster somebody. So you see that, but I'm with the drop step. It's a little bit more into the drop step on that. That's just my opinion.
Come on,
You my guy, dog. I'm going with that highlight one. I'm going with that highlight because it's in the middle of the floor of the game. That's the one I would want to finish.
Thank you.
Crowd please.
That's gonna get you oozing your eyes.
How many drop steps do you see on the top 10? You don't see drop step. You see somebody getting flushed on.
If the dude 5'9" on a cell phone.
Now you 5'9". You told me you was 6'2", but now you 5'9". Now you 5'9".
He's 6.5.
Who the worst shit?
I like Showtime. I like
That's
Showtime.
what I said. The
Crowd's cold, man.
Appreciate y'all coming on, man. We had a good time.
Appreciate y'all having
We'll
us.
be back next week, episode 2.
Appreciate y'all guys.
Hey, no.